I don't even know if I'm live. I haven't used this channel. Give me a minute. Let me get some of this stuff together here. Peace and love. It's been a long time in the illusion of time, right? Let me get my shit together. I ain't been on this. There's spider webs on my microphone. Peace and love. I got 3 beings in the chat right now. 5. Peace and love. Come on in, soul group. It's been a while. What's up, Jamel? Peace and love. You lost me in the illusion of time, my brother. Chris Garner, I love you too, brother. Peace and love. Peace and love. So, where do I even start? Let me start off first by saying I'm not the same person. You guys and girls in our soul group had become accustomed to being in like that presence. Okay. I'm the same being, right? But I'm not the same from this physical perspective that we're in this piece of time frame that we're in. I'm not the same person. Let me say that first. Okay. The signal that I'm sending here now is it's very cautious. There's a lot of things that I'm getting more understanding too about who I am, what I am, and why I'm here. Now, where is here is the question that everyone should be asking. And the reason why I start asking that question when I would find myself in, let's just say, 5th density. Let's just say that as a grounding, okay? Because we're all in and out of different dimensions at the speed of thought. Some of us are conscious of where we are, and some of us are not. And the term that they like to use here is a lot of us are asleep. And in retrospect, I can see how they can say that. I start asking myself, what is here in this illusion of time space that we're in right now? What is this? I'm talking through a bunch of man-made instruments that's putting out a signal that's pinging off of all of the technical blah, 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 and you're receiving it. But what is here? We're in an artificial time space, just outside of the frequency that I like to call the real infinite beingness. Okay? We're outside of a time space, just out of phase of what I like to call, to keep it simple, the non-physical realms, which is the eternal, infinite thought realm beingness. Okay? I don't like spending a lot of time here anymore. And when I'm here, a lot of times my awareness is still in what I like to call the non-physical realms. I'm not going to go into why. It's just my choice. Here now, right? I would be labeled insane. Crazier than a motherfucker. Lock them up, throw away the key. Better yet, just kill them. Why? Because I have escaped the illusion of time. That's right. Don't give a fuck about time. How long have I been gone? Somebody put in the chat. How long have I been gone from YouTube? I'm conscious now. What? Peace, Tamara. Seems like yesterday that I've been sitting here. At least 9 months. At least 9 months. Now, in 9 months, the reality that I once built of what I would call my life, okay, in 9 months has totally changed. I watched a lot of things crumble right before me. I have been stretched to my mental, and I'm going to clarify this, to my mental capacity to broaden my conscious capacity, to allow me to gain more consciousness than what we call mental. Because you're labeled crazy in this time space, right outside of the astral realm, if you begin to bleed through. Now, what is bleed through? And there's a lot of people bleeding through right now. A lot of people. When you can hear shit from the non-physical realms and when you can see shit. When you can see shit that your normal, everyday cyborgs, and no shade, people that text all day, on Facebook all day, on YouTube all day, watching the streams, live underneath 5G towers. You guys know what I'm talking about. They can't see shit. The only thing they can see is what's on that fucking TV or that cell phone. They don't see what you would call the dead, right? They don't see different beings that can manifest in non-physical forms, or should I call them forms? Yeah, I can say that. With the illusion of non-physical forms and the illusion of physical forms, the reflection. You see it all, you hear it all, you feel it all, you become it all. And the hardest part about what I'm going through, if you want to label it hard, is finding the balance. To find that balance for the people that you still are hooked to physically. Mama, wife, right? Brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews. There's still a connection, right? And you don't have to, but I try to do the best that I can because I still care about these people. You know, I love a lot of things about these people, not everything, but it's hard when you cross over, when you wake up inside of the dream, the illusion. It's hard because you want to stay non-physical. And what I've become to realize is everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. And with the change of thought, you can go from pure, what some of you would call hell, to pure, what some of you would call heaven. from bam to bam. Right? And in the beginning, that's what it's like when you really start sharpening your abilities that we all have them. We all have these abilities. If it's what you will and desire to go from pure terror. Now, why would one want to even experience that? Right? Because you have to experience. Everything is an experience. And when you look at it from this perspective, it makes what we call the life, which is just the observer, which is just consciousness, is the life, just observing all of these different things that we're going through, right? It makes you observe the life different. And your priorities change. Like shit that used to mean so. I remember when this is funny shit. I'll put mine out there. Y'all know I don't care. I remember when one of my main priorities in life was to just, I'll give you an easy one. I'll give you a common one. I remember when one of my priorities was just to, if I could just make $1 million, everything would be perfect. And I chased that motherfucking dream 10 to 12 years, only to find out that it's infinite levels to, I mean, money comes and goes to whoever. I mean, somebody can hit the lottery and have money. You know what I mean? It's just so much uncertainty in money, especially fiat currency. And now the new improved global digital currency that's here. They're just waiting for an excuse to roll that out. The dollar is done. And that used to be my heartbeat, which closed off all the other possibilities, infinite possibilities around you. Because my will and my desire was just, when I make this $1 million, everything will be perfect. And I did it, and it was probably the worst fucking year of my life. And it's good when you can laugh about that shit. It's good when you can look back and see the journey, and you can take some of what you once labeled as fucking horrible, or something that you once labeled as this is the best thing that ever fucking happened to me. When you can take those little pieces of timelines. And see, this is where I struggle, trying to translate what I've experienced and do on a daily basis, or it's hard to even say daily now because time is an illusion. It's only present moment awareness. What do I mean by that? When you learn how to focus, I mean, really, really chop up your consciousness into awareness, and you place your consciousness on individual things, which create timelines and the illusion of time. So you got these little lines, kind of like a video. Any of you ever did video editing or any kind of musical editing where you have tracks in the studio, like your drums go on one track? You guys with me? And then your hi-hats, and then you might want to throw a bass line there. Then you put your chords, right? Then your vocals going right, but they all blend into one composition, which comes out. You guys get what I'm saying? That's how consciousness is. That's how you are. But you have like these infinite thoughts that you have, and they never fucking stop. They never fucking stop, right? Somebody's with me. And they're tracking themselves automatically, right? They're tracking themselves, all of these tracks, all of these thoughts, right? They never fucking go away, right? You're thinking about it now, and then something else will come up, and they're tracking, and they're creating this I don't want to say, I don't know the word. I can't think of the word. But like, you know how orchestra is? It's composing what you would call your life. And all of this music and vibration is going to what they labeled in English the acoustic records. Everything is recorded. Consciousness is like everything is being recorded. And when you develop the ability to go back and what they call, like in time space, you got the past and the future, but there's no such thing as the past or the future. That's just the way that we've been dumbed down to have what they call hope. You know what I mean? Like there's hope in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's uh like a false purpose or a false self-esteem. It's only present moment awareness. Everything is happening simultaneously. And that's why so many events that they call, hey, this is biblical, or you know what I mean? This is being, they said this would happen. Well, if you can see in present moment awareness, you can see the beginning and the end, the first and the last. That's how this God was in the beginning, right? The Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, the first, the last. Yeah, that shit is true. So let's get back to the music. Your 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 thoughts are like, they create timelines, right? Or if you're musically, they create, you create tracks, right? And sometimes if we use music as a reference, sometimes your life could be a little out of key, a little out of pitch, a little out, you can find yourself out of alignment to your purpose. And that's when you feel kind of uncertain, or that's when the chord is something is out of key, right? You understand what I'm saying? That's why music is the universal language. When you hear good music and all of the chords is together and everybody is in perfect harmony, oh man, you could sit there and whoo, it'll take you back 30 years. One song could take you back 30 years. That's why the proper music is great for ascension. Great. But certain types of music will have you trapped. Remember, I told you, just out of phase of the non-physical, infinite world. Certain musics will hold you out of phase. Certain thoughts will keep you out of phase. Out of phase. There's a place that they call planet Earth. It's just out of phase. Frequency by frequency and vibration, and by thought and intent and will. Because nobody's holding you here. You're free right now. You know what's holding you in fifth density right now? You own it. I'm in fifth density with you right now. You own it. Technology. And all of this shit is a bootleg of who you already are. You see, if you could just sit still long enough, that's why, and I never want to experience it this way, but I'm going to let you in on a little untold secret. I don't even know if it's a secret anymore. I think that's why they don't let some people out of prison, right? The sharpest, conscious, ascending people, non-physical, all-seeing God, like these gods that we all, I ain't gonna blame you guys because I have my part too. We made up all of these gods, right? All of these idols that we worship, right? The sharpest ones have been imprisoned. The smartest, brightest people on this planet are in prison. Why are they the sharpest? Those who can make it now. Because all they have is themselves in the void. I like to call it the void. I purposely go sometimes and sit in my closet in darkness to return to that non-physical, infinite place of possibilities. It's all mentalism. You guys and girls are beautiful wherever you choose to be. And you know what? There's no pressure on you. There's no pressure for ascension. I know stuff comes in and people say, oh, you got to do it. And I used to do it. I can go back and watch videos right now of me saying, oh, we're running out of time. And you have to learn, you got to get out of body. And we got to do this. Come on, soul group. Bullshit. Time is infinite. It's an illusion. You're going to ascend when you're ready to ascend. The universe is perfect. Right now, everything is perfect. If you died right now, soul group, you wouldn't even know you was dead. That's what's, that's what's fucked up about it. If you died right now, you wouldn't even know you were dead. You'd be just out of phase of the fifth dimension, because Mother Earth is now fifth and sixth. You'll be just out of phase, doing what you were doing before you took that last breath. And you would continue in consciousness based on your level of consciousness. It'll look just like planet Earth. There'll still be the stories of who's right and who's wrong. It is what it is. They say the truth hurts, but I haven't heard the truth yet. I've experienced a lot of things, but I haven't heard any truth yet. What the fuck is the truth? I ain't heard no truth yet. I've just experienced a lot of shit, a lot of mind-blowing consciousness expanding stuff. And it's been fucking amazing. It's been fucking amazing, incredible. And I was in the astral realms in present moment awareness, and a little being came up to me. And I know it was projecting to be this little being, because it didn't feel threatening, but it felt like some bullshit. Like, this being came up to me and we connected telepathically. And this being sent me a message that you should do a live stream. You should go back and do a live stream. And I said, a live stream? What are you talking about? On your computer thingy, you should do a live stream and talk to your soul group. Real shit. Real shit. And so, and because, and I think I know who it was, but I don't want to say any names, because there's only certain I never hear shit about a live stream in the astral realms in some of the spaces that I go to. What the fuck is a live stream out there? You get what I'm saying? So, I'm here because I want to be here. But what that did was that created a timeline that I once resided on. It brought live streaming and YouTube. It brought it back into my awareness. This shit here was totally out of my awareness. It didn't exist. I pushed it that far back. It only takes months. They say anything you do for 45 days straight, right? It becomes a habit. Some real shit. Try 9 months. Right? So I'm here with no purpose today. I'm here with no expectations. I'm here sharing a stream. And I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a long time. We might as well fucking enjoy being here, because we're here by choice. So if you want to call in and talk to me, The number is 734-230-2744. You could call in. I'm going over to the chat. Been on 25 minutes. You guys know I love you. And I hope a lot of you did not take my disappearing act personally, right? That was something that it just happened. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me, was getting off the internet, you know? It was the best thing that ever happened to me. It helped me to ascend consciously. I don't even have the words. This space here couldn't even hold me for hours anymore. I would get bored here. I can't feel you guys. I used to think I could feel your energy. And you know what I was tapping into when I would do the live streams, and I could finish people's sentences and you know what I mean? I thought I was actually feeling their energy. Bullshit. I wasn't actually feeling their energy. I was tapping into the collective non-physical consciousness from focused thought. You guys get what I'm saying now? It wasn't that I was actually feeling your physical energy. That's what I used to think. Like, I can feel people's energy. No. We were all, right? Some of you were conscious of it, but we were all just tapping into the collective consciousness from the non-physical signal, because we were all focused on different topics and things. And that's how I was able to do that. But you don't feel anything here. This is all artificial, man-made, high voltage, microwave frequency bullshit here. Yeah, that's what this is. You don't feel shit here. So anybody that's trying to do any kind of, and you know, the deeper you go in, you'll start figuring this shit out for yourself. You know, don't believe anything I say, but I'm telling you what I've experienced. If I ain't experienced it in my new realm of world, it ain't shit to me. And that's the only way. It has to be that way, because how did we get dumbed down to the place we all just left or are leaving, right? Which is just total fucking darkness, to the point where I actually thought I was a unfortunate African slave American scum of the earth nigger race. You know what I'm trying to say, right? I actually used to believe that. My grandmother believed that shit. And so that's what we became. Because you are what you believe. You see what I'm saying? That's how powerful thought is. Right? If someone can get you to believe something, then that you become. Well, it's the same with these non-physical, infinite realms and infinite beings out there. And I'm just touching the surface. I got a lot of interdimensional being. What can I call them? They're not friendships, right? No. Interactions, connections. It ain't friendships. Interactions, can I say that? Where you have in present moment awareness, you share. Can I say space? Is it a space? Yeah, I can get away with space. Very careful of how I try to describe things now, because I don't want to push anybody back into anything that you haven't experienced. Because until you experience it, it shouldn't exist to you. You should no longer in 2018 be taking anybody's word for anything. I'm just telling you, the life that you're seeking, okay, is an illusion. You are already everything that there is. It's in you. It's in those trillion cells. It's already in you, in your DNA. Those of you who still remember, I used to say this, who have souls. I can define that now. Before, when I started this shit, it was just in me, and every now and then I'll get a spark and I would say some shit. You know what I mean? It was already in me, but I wasn't conscious of it, and my awareness wasn't. I had forgotten everything that was in me. But I think what happened to me was spending more time with myself, by myself. That's not a selfish thing. You need to take time and be by yourself to get to know who you are. But when I started to spend time with myself and become aware of myself, aware of my habits, aware of my thoughts, aware of my surroundings, aware of what I'm putting into my body, aware of my own vibration, aware of my dreams, becoming conscious in what they call a dream, waking up in the dream, becoming lucid in the dream, all of these titles, same shit. Asking questions in the non-physical realm, mastering my telepathy, trusting, trusting my inner voice. It sounds like a voice, right? But it's not verbal. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can hear your inner voice. Your inner voice will say, don't you fucking do that. And you think you're hearing it, right? But you're feeling it, right? When I start trusting that, not deviating from that, right? I just got lighter, 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 to whereas I gained this ability to just switch my consciousness from right here, man-made technology, to non-physical right now. And there's beams of light all around us right now. There's orbs all around us right now because some beings in the non-physical realms are so still. What's the word I want to use? For some reason, they are fascinated about this technology, that this out of phase realm that we're in, that we have the ability to use. They're still around watching. I don't know if they're watching or if they're fascinated about this, or are they sending messages to people who are tuning in to this? Some of you could, if you're receiving messages, or it seems like you're receiving telepathy, or your vibration is funny, now that's because there are thousands of beings around us right now, little beams of light all around right now, all around. Yeah. So let me rewind. I'm running on. Let me rewind. I got a lot of shit going on. And I'm sorry. I am sorry if I let any of you down, or if you feel like I've let you down. I'm sorry. I'm just being who I am. I'm being my true self. And for being my true self and experiencing different realities and energies and things, if that has let you down in any type of way, I apologize. I meant no disrespect. I meant no harm. I'm just living my life inside of the life. That's all, So I've been all over the place because it's kind of hard when you get to these different realms and places of being. It's hard to adjust to this frequency. This frequency that we're on right now is so slow and boring for me. I would jump all around different topics because in the non-physical realms, when I focus, it becomes. You guys get what I'm saying? If I close my eyes right now, and now I'm shooting straight up, in the clouds, through the clouds, through the illusion of space. I don't know where I got rid of that space illusion, but I don't know, maybe I picked it up somewhere. Through the illusion of space, from the reflection of what they put in the sky of like the stars and shit, that's just a hologram. Somehow that came up here because usually I would just fly straight up into the void of nothingness. And then from there, whatever I focus my thought, my will, and my attention, it becomes. Whatever I think about, it becomes. Just like a slide before me. I'm in third person. I'm observing it. And I make the decision, I'm sorry, of whether I want to become I am it or to keep moving on. And that's how I travel. There's a specific place I want to go to. I shoot up, straight up into the void of nothingness, where I go through a transition of frequency and vibration. And once I'm steady and I lose the awareness of thought, I become whatever I think about. And whatever I put my awareness and my will and desire into, I become or I experience. I practice that daily, hundreds of times. So now a part of me is doing a live stream just out of phase of the fifth dimension. The reflection of me, right, is sitting, smiling, talking into a microphone. People are observing and saying, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And the other part of me is I am running through this transparent water. And I have like these little beings, they look like dolphins, but they're not dolphins. Like they don't have the tails or anything, but they have smooth skin. They are gray, yellow, fluorescent green, purple, with little, I don't know this color. It's in between pink. Their eyes look pink. They look kind of cool. And they're just gliding across this illusion of like this transparent water. They're fucking with me, trying to get my attention for whatever reason, but they're cool though. And the sky is gone. And there's like this big ball of different energies. It's huge too. And it's like right above me. And I'm getting like a heavy feeling from it. And some of this is bleeding through because my awareness is chopped. I got a feed going down, doing a live stream, and then I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing here. And I can actually jump to another timeline and have three going and be conscious, like just practicing switching my conscious. Well, let me show part of my consciousness. I'm sitting in a chair. I'm in front of a microphone and I'm looking at myself third person. Okay, in front of a microphone. I can look over at the chat right now. The chat is going on. And I'm facing a whole different direction from the chat. The chat is going on. And somebody just said he's losing it. I mean, people in the live stream, it's kind of blurry. It's hard when you're trying to look at digital things. It's blurry. Okay, so that's one awareness. The next one now, I'm switching back. Now, okay, I've walked away from what looked like the water. I no longer see those little beings. I'm walking in a, how can I describe this? It's not grass. It's almost like, have you ever pulled a rose, like a petal? Yeah, like a rose petal. Just imagine a rose petal being gray and it's covering the surface that I'm on and I'm walking through those, right? And there's like a lot of little blinking, I want to call them flies, but they're not flies. A lot of blinking lights. I'll just say orbs around. I have no presence or consciousness of time. And I'm going to create another. So I'm bleeding through. Somebody says, look at the chat. at the live stream. So now I'm coming back here to the chat. Peace and love. Fire spitter. Let me just get some love to you guys in the chat. I'm well, bro. Peace and love to you. Sister. Mawu. Peace and love to you. Mercy. Peace and love to you. Green Live. What's up, brother? Peace and love. Laney. Thank you for being here. L. Jackson. Peace and love. Angry Flan. I love you, brother. Saja. Hello. Peace and love to you. Fire Spitter. I love that name. Peace and love to you. Lenny, Lewis, peace. Great to hear you. All right, Green Lie. All right. So 41 minutes. Thank you for the likes. If anybody want to call in and want to share this stream, you know I won't hog the stream. The number, I'll put the number in the chat. Two, 3, 0.
Call. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I forgot how to use this technology. Peace and love. You're live on I'm Conscious Now. What? What's your name?
Call.
Paul?
Yeah.
Peace.
I called a few times before, and reality's been pretty crazy lately, honestly.
Talk to us. Where you at?
Like, I'm in Utah.
Okay. Where are you at as far as where do you exist consciously? Are you in the illusion of time still? You know, have you made it to the 5th or 6th dimension? Where are you, brother?
Me and all my friends, we can all talk without talking.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means, but I was told it was like we're not supposed to talk about that because people think we're crazy.
Oh, so you're experiencing the crazy shit too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nuts. So welcome to it. Your telepathy, if you want to use that word, has kicked in, and that's totally normal. That's normal, my friend. We're normal, okay? It's just we're utilizing a lot of abilities that are not common to where we show up when we use artificial intelligent things. It dumbs us down. People don't think anymore in on the new earth, which is right now, I would say it's between 5 and 6. Some people are still, if you find yourself in deep dark places, usually when you get tired and you kind of doze off, if you're having dreams and they're still dark and dense, there are still people that reside on lower vibrational frequencies, like shit, like 3rd and 4th. You know, nothing ever dies. Energy is infinite and everything is created from energy. It's just some of us, some of us have taken advantage of what we thought was new energy coming in. Remember when everything was getting crazy and I was like, oh, all this fucking new energy is coming in. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing was new. Right? It's just we were open to receive the energy that was always there. You get what I'm trying to say? In the illusion, you see what I'm saying? In the illusion of time, it puts us at like tick tock. That's digital, man. That's man-made bullshit. Tick tock, tick tock. You know how annoying that shit is, right? So in present moment awareness, all of the energy And everything we need is all, it's like an onion. It's all here. It's just divided by frequencies and vibrations. So when we were open to receive and we were all getting emotionally fed by all of this shit that was coming through the internet, because we believe in all this shit whether we know it or not. You know, we ain't experienced nothing. We just believe in what people telling us. So everybody was really going fucking nuts because we were turning on all of this shit without, it's like turning on the fucking TV with no remote control. You get it? You know, these new smart TVs. How the fuck you gonna change the channel without the remote control, right? So we're turning on all of this shit and nobody has a remote control or owner's manual on how to use this shit. So we got all it. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Like when I go to the gym now, I can't, it's like really, like for a long time, if I release sexual energy, like it was really hard for me to just like, it was like I was stuck there for a while. And it was hard for me to keep eye contact with people because it was like it's like, so now I don't release sexual energy, because it's like too crazy in the back of my mind. And I feel like people pick up on that. So I have to be like super aware that other people had sex.
Mm-hmm. You can feel that other people had sex.
Feelings.
You could feel that they had sex.
Most people aren't clear. They're not in their heart. There's rare times where I'm in my heart space when I walk into a place. But I don't know if I explained any of that.
No, right? I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. So what you're experiencing is, okay, let me just say this so I can kind of move you back centered. Because right now you're kind of like, you got like this feeling of like you're letting yourself down or like you're in this weird energy. So let me bring you back by saying this. Dude, and I'm not going to even say I struggle, because I didn't struggle. You never struggle, okay? That's just a word that was thrown there to keep you locked in a vibration. There's no such thing as struggling. Either you're getting something from a vibration or something from a gratuity from your sexual energy. Either you're pleasing yourself and you're satisfying yourself, filling a void, a necessary void with your sexual energy, right? Or you're not. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You're not you're never struggling, bro. If you beating your meat every single night, maybe you're doing it because you don't want to mix your energy with, in the perception of duality, with another being. You know what I mean? So you would rather please yourself than go out into the world and get mixed up with somebody else's fucked up energy and bring that back home. Maybe I'm just throwing this up. I'm just pulling this out of the conversation. Maybe that's it. Or maybe sometimes we get different beings and entities that attach to us, our vibrational field, right? And if you went to a doctor would actually diagnose you with certain things that keeps you from wanting to be with other beings sexually, right? When it's just another entity or something that's attached to your vibrational. Everything is vibration. Everything is energy. But when it shows up in the physical, these fucking idiots have named these different things, diseases and all of this bullshit. But it's all in your vibrational frequency. Like, if you ever went to someone that was very, very good in energy work, I mean, like, dude, some of these non-physical beings that I'm around, just being around them heals my physical body. I mean, I'm not even, look, I mean, you can look at me like, I'm not like, I could go to a doctor right now and I'm like in fucking perfect health. And it's not from the genetically modified bullshit that's here. You know what it's from, my friend? It's from centering and staying in my it's from charging up my etheric body, my astral body, my mental body, my other energies that's congruent with my physical body. That's all it is. You know what I mean? And if I didn't feed my physical body for a certain amount of time, you know, it would die. And I would just lose the ability to come in this space, in this body that I'm in, right? To have this illusion of life would no longer exist unless I wanted to pull it back up and experience this again in a non-physical or parallel timeline of this. It's kind of weird, but there's infinite timelines. So I tell a lot of people, if you died tonight, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know you was dead.
So you're still in this body. You can still come back to this body.
A copy. And they have technology now. It'll be a copy. It won't be this. This physical body is gonna rot and turn into fucking the horrible, stinky ass. The body dies. This is just a sleeve, my friend. This body is not gonna last. This body is getting old. They have technology now where people and everybody thought it was a joke. Dude, it's here. It's motherfuckers that got new sleeves now with their consciousness inside of those sleeves. But now here's the catch-22 about it. They will never, ever, well, I can't say that. I can't say that. Let me stop, okay? What I've been told, I haven't experienced this yet. I've been told, and this is what all of this hush-hush and all of this uncertainty these times are about now. I've been told if you take the artificial sleeve, right, and transfer your consciousness into a man-made artificial sleeve, you will be stuck in that new super, they call it like a supercomputer or a super, whatever all these terms, you won't be able to get out of that shit for a long time. It's like you're re-signing a contract for the reincarnation trap that we just fucking got out of. We've been reincarnating over and over. But see, these were once called organic, right? But this shit we in right now is not even organic, my friend. Because they die.
They're changing it?
Well, yeah, but when your body dies. So that's not, it's hard to explain, okay? In the non-physical realms, nothing dies. Everything is infinite. And until you get there, really get there in mentalism, you won't even understand what I'm saying. In the non-physical realms, in the real world, the real infinite world of beingness, that's what you got to understand. Nothing dies. You just create another timeline or a variation, and you can go back to anything in the illusion of time space at any moment. There's no such thing as...
Is that when I feel like there's an attention to my life and like the life?
Absolutely. Because see, where you're trapped in the illusion of time, and you've probably had some experiences with the non-physical realm. So you're just now I ain't gonna even say confused. You're figuring shit out at your own experience rate. You get what I'm trying? You're figuring shit out.
Yeah.
For you. Because I can tell you anything, right? But until you experience it, your will and your desire ain't going to grab hold of it. Does that make sense right there? I think I just gave you a gold nugget. I think I just dropped you a nugget. I can tell you anything, right? And you'll hear me and it'll go through your energy field, right? But until you experience it, your will and desire, it ain't going to latch on to it. I give you a fucked up analogy, but you'll get it when I tell you. I'm king of fucked up analogies, but I learned from them. So a person can tell you, right, about crack. Let's just use crack. How old are you, my friend?
21.
Okay, now I ain't gonna use crack. Let's use crystal meth. You heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people that you know have or you grew up around has played and messed around with this meth shit, right?
Some people, yeah. Utah is kind of like the Mormon land, so.
Okay, cool. So here's the analogy, and this relates to anything. I can fucking tell you about crystal meth all fucking day long of how bad it is or how good it is until you take a hit of crystal meth, right? And there's a polarity to it, right? You won't even know what the addiction of it is like. You only heard stories about it. But until you take a pull or a hit or consume that crystal meth, that's going to determine your will and desire to either stop fucking with it or your will and desire is going to take you into a crystal meth addiction. That's what this illusion of life is. You see what I'm saying? That's what the internet is. We got a little hit of it, and our will and desire latched on to the internet, and now we call this shit, this is life. You get it? So they make certain things bad in polarity, like don't do crack. Crack is horrible, right? And so we call fucking people crackheads. You fucking crackhead, you're addicted to crack. Ha, 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 right? But the same addiction is sex, probably stronger. And the same addiction is money, chasing money all day. Show me a motherfucker on this planet right now that don't have a job trying to get money somewhere. It's the same fucking frequency. It's just different names they put on different shit and make us feel bad about it. A crystal meth has the same addiction to somebody that's trying to get money out here. Probably a little less than the money addiction. You understand what I'm saying, my friend? So you're figuring things out. You're not right. You're not wrong. You don't know shit. All you are right now are experiences, my fellow being. You are this infinite consciousness, right? With a huge fucking, dude, you can hold so much fucking data, it will blow your fucking mind. And you've only experienced this amount of data and this illusion of what you call being human. You're just experiencing shit and you're taking notes and you're sending all of that information via they call the akashic records back to the non-physical. And you got so many beings that can pull up your fucking experiences and study it. Beings that you wouldn't even know was a fucking being. It'll be a being that looks like this dude with more consciousness than half of this fucking planet. I'm telling you what I've experienced. It'll be a being that looks like this, flashing with more consciousness and data than this half of this fucking planet. It observes us. It doesn't want to hurt us. We're on planet Earth because we're going through some what people would call high vibrating great experiences. And then you got some of us that are going through some horrifying experiences. This is the evolvement of consciousness, not one fucking individual person. This is a collective consciousness expansion. And somebody had to come down to the law of vibrating what they call the pits of hell. There will be no heaven without hell. There will be no right without wrong. There will be no pleasure without pain. Everything is an experience. And anything out of that is just perspective and tags and things that we attach to it. So don't feel a certain kind of way about yourself. Just learn how to observe yourself. Just observe you for one day. Every fucking thing that you do. Start with you first. Observe the shit that makes you happy. The frequencies that make you sad. Observe your thoughts. What am I thinking right now? Why am I thinking this? Why do I feel hurt? Why does that hurt? Why did I label that as hurt? I mean, you got to spend time with yourself to master your own vibration. And when you master your own vibration, right, then you'll be able to raise and lower that vibration based on the beings that you surround yourself with and the amount of time in the illusion of time that you take to study you, to spend time with you. Because here's your choices, my man. And don't take this as a good or bad thing. It's something that I had to make the same decision. So either I was going to chase money and be a multi-millionaire and a big internet marketer with all these platforms and traveling and shit and laying my hands on people and trying to get them to experience what I've experienced, but they have no fucking clue what I'm talking about because they haven't experienced it. Either I was gonna do that and in my own little ego feel like I'm helping the world or I'm saving the world, or I was gonna fucking sit down and master myself and figure out how do I tick? What makes me tick? What makes me top? Why am I having all these fucking dreams? How am I ending up in all of these fucking realities? And I can't fucking tell if I'm on planet Earth or somewhere else. Why do I see the dead? And why do the dead try to give me messages for people that I know? And why am I fucking scared to tell these people what I'm pulling from the non-physical realms? Because I still care about how they will perceive me. See, that's a whole nother level. And there's millions of motherfuckers like me now. I can see the dead of what you will die and you wouldn't even know you were dead. I'm sure I've died thousands of times and didn't even know I died. That's a whole nother level right outside of the phase of what you call fifth dimension. There are people that are dead that don't know they're dead, and they try to send messages back to the people who are quote unquote still connected to what you call fifth dimension. What we speak on now. We're still connected here. We still got an internet. I'll just use the internet so we still got a connection to here. We can still come here. We still have a sleeve that's connected to this illusion of time and illusion of time space. But there are beings that don't have a connection here. They just don't. That's just how it works. And that's what's so fascinating about some of these beings that want to really know what's going on in this time space, because this time space is chaos.
Oh, yeah.
But through chaos, there's creation. So it's kind of weird. And it's kind of, you're not going to get this on one live stream. You're not going to get this. Through chaos is creation. It's always been that way, right? So if you in the middle of it, experiencing it, it might seem fucked up at times. But if you will allow yourself to just come out of the boxes that you've been placed in and just get to this space of neutrality where there's a void, it's kind of like you're restarting your iPhone every morning. You turn that iPhone off and then you hit that reboot button every morning. That's what you have to do some days, 4 or 5 times a day. You have to learn how to reboot and start from the void. And once you start from the void, you start from there. And you set your intent, whatever you want it to be. The problem is, my friend, there's so many of us here. And I'll just be honest, I found myself there 6 months. I didn't know what the fuck to be. And I had all of the control. What do you want, Derek? I couldn't tell you. So you know what I said? I just said, I just want peace. I started with peace. I just want peace because I didn't have no fucking peace in my inner head. I was hearing shit. I was bleeding through. I was hitting the astral realms, waking up in sleep paralysis. Everything was changing for me. I ain't had no peace. So I started with peace. I just want peace. And there was peace. That's how the shit worked, man. And there was peace. So I'm in this void and there's nothing but my consciousness and peace. And once I got tired of fucking peace, because trust me, you'll get tired of peace. Trust me, you'll get bored with peace. Trust me when I tell you this, but you got to experience it. I know that sounds weird. You will get tired of peace. You're going to need some chaos, man. I'm telling you. And so from peace, I started to explore a little bit. I found out what true love is. And it's not what you think it is. It's something that you have to experience. Love has fucking infinite variations and layers of it. I mean, dude, in the physical form, love is, it's like a grain of sand here, man. The king vibration on this, and this where we are now is lust. It's lust. It's ruling, man. Love here is, and it is what it is, dude. You can get more. Dude, this gonna sound silly, man. You can get more love from a squirrel here than you could from a human being. I'm serious, dude. I know it sounds funny. Dude, you could get more love from a squirrel if you just spent 30 days with a squirrel and gave that squirrel a fucking peanut or a walnut from a tree for 30 days straight. That squirrel will eventually come up on the porch day in and day out. And dude, I've done this shit. And sit on your lap and fluffy. They funny, fluffy, loving, smart, brilliant ass animals. You could get more love from a dog than you could a human here. And it's not so much the human's fault. It's because of the technology, my friend. Love is wax cold. Everybody's consciousness and awareness is trapped in all of these technology devices. And they're taking all of this energy and all of this focused thought, right? That we're putting into this artificial intelligence, and it's empowering the AI. We're empowering AI through our focused intent. We are the power source behind AI. AI can't run without our focused thought, our consciousness. We power the AI. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
AI is nothing without consciousness. What is AI without consciousness? To observe it. It's nothing. It'd be a bunch of robots just bumping their dicks together, clanking, making noise, right? So who is the observer of the AI? Consciousness.
Yeah.
It's deep, man. Anything else you want to add, brother? I appreciate your bravery, but hey, man, you cool. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm all in and out of your frequency right now. You're just figuring shit out at your pace. That's all.
I wanted to say earlier in the conversation, not sure. I think when I was in acid, I felt like when I laid down, I was going through like the tunnel of like, it almost sounds like the Akashic record. But it was like when I was laying down and my eyes were closed, it was like I was going into just like through this tunnel forever and just like going off into different like almost beings. It felt like.
Mm-hmm. Did you see?
So,
did you see any blue or green reflections? It might have came across like light. It could have came. Did you see any blue or green?
I don't really remember, but I just.
What stood out?
It was
what? Because I'm trying to pull your experience right now. Like what stood out to you? Because I'm in the tunnel, and I'm just traveling right now, based on your energy that you're giving me, that I'm picking up from this consciousness that we share. Right? I'm in that tunnel right now. I'm traveling right now. All I see.
And then.
Okay, keep feeding.
And then it would go off, and then like. You would start going down whatever thought that it took me to.
What are you thinking?
Start,
do you know what you were thinking?
Inside itself, like this thought.
That thought would become what you were thinking, or would morph into something else? Was it based off
morph into something else? It would morph into itself.
Ah, that's cool. So okay, so we got these thoughts.
Yeah, but like I don't really remember the thoughts because it was like pretty intense, but because it would just change so fast, and it was a while ago too. But I didn't remember the morphing the most because it was like really weird. I never saw that before.
I know. And this is so cool. So I got these little individual thoughts going on right now. And you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of humanity. So I got these thoughts, and this is coming from you, my friend. This is kind of cool. So I got these thoughts, right? Now I have one right here before me. It's manifesting itself into a beautiful sculpture of something. And now it's standing on its own, right? But now, right now, it's morphing, like it's copying, it's duplicating itself, and now it's turning into something else. But it's still a standalone thought. Is this making any sense? It's still its own thought, but it's like it's morphed or duplicated into another thought. But it's still that standalone thought. Did I lose you? Or is it too? This is
I
deep.
just think it's crazy that we can even talk like this.
Oh, dude,
Because I feel like when I close my eyes, my whole reality can disappear.
Oh, dude, you right here with me. Dude, all you got to do is breathe and relax, man. This shit is all around us. When you take your consciousness, that's why I close my eyes. I can't see all of this technology around me. The only thing I feel right now is you. And I got 3 thoughts that came from you right before me right now because you're allowing me. You could easily close me out if you wanted to. All you would have to do is visualize your energy and put a white shield around it, and it will block me. Right now, you're open. Any being can tap into your energy field and read your thoughts right now. I know how you feel. You're in a better space. You like this space right now. You're very, very curious. There's even like a little like where your little energy is moving a little bit. For some reason, this is kind of arousing to you, not in a lustful way, but like in an interest. It's sparking something inside of you. This is the non-physical realm where any and everything is possible. And we change and sculpture and create in this realm based off of focus, thought, and intention. That's all it is.
That's another thing that like watching porn and stuff. It makes me aroused to anything almost.
That's where the arousal came from that I picked up.
I trained myself for like men and women, but I like women.
And that's cool, dude. Listen, man. Let me tell you this, brother. When you use, okay, so let's say right now you feel like you're struggling with porn, right? Can we just say that?
It's more of just like I know the energy's there, but I don't go into it anymore, at least the past month.
Okay, so here's where you can go from that. Since you've sustained from it, you sustained yourself or denied yourself, right? From this feeling or this vibration. Okay. So be honest with yourself, because you could bullshit me. You can bullshit this live stream. Be honest with yourself. This is for you. I could give 2 flying fucks about you and your sexuality. That's just me. I love you regardless, right? How do you feel right now from shutting yourself off from porn or masturbation or whatever you were doing? And be fucking honest with you. How do you feel?
I mean, in conversation, I feel a lot better. I can look people in the eyes and not feel like weird.
Okay, but why? But help me to understand this. So you feel better because you can look people in the eye because you're not. So you actually felt like people knew what you were doing and they were kind of marking you or labeling you as something. Is that the core of this? You actually gave.
Pretty much.
Okay, so your problem. Okay, now I'm real deep into your energy. Your problem ain't the porn and the sex, the masturbation shit. Your core problem is a complex on deciding who and what you are. It ain't got nothing to do with it. The porn is just a trigger. That's just triggering this feeling, right? And then in your mind, oh, everybody knows I'm this and I'm I'm not. You see how that's a trigger? The trigger is the porn. The porn sparks the sexual energy, which gives you this arousal. And then you get caught up in this passion that you enjoy. Because if you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't do it. Trust me, bro. You wouldn't put your fucking hand on a hot stove, would you? And keep touching it. No. It's okay. So let's just keep it real. You did it because you enjoyed it. But then you felt fucked up because of what you might have thought somebody else would think because you was doing it. That's the problem. So when you define who you are, right, and disconnect the hook, somebody's placed a hook on you to where you put a lot of your emotional energy into your perception to other people of who you are. You're kind of grounded in that too. You got a lot of that in you, man. You give a fuck how people feel about you. And that's not a good or bad thing. Fuck good or bad, okay? Fuck that. But it's hindering. It's very hindering, and it's very heavy in your case, bro. This shit is weighing you down. Yeah, it's like throwing you in the water with a fucking cruise ship anchor, man. And but bro, it's so easy. All it is a choice. It's one choice. It's going into your heart space. Get into your heart space, just like you said, right? Go to your heart space, look at your heart, and glorify yourself and worship yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Stay in that space until that heart space is just fucking green. I mean, just you blowing up, man. Stay in there, right? And then once you take a photocopy in your consciousness of that space, right? You just take little fragments of that space and you start to sprinkle that shit over these spaces that you used to visit, and you can feel your emotional self out of alignment. What do I mean by that? When you think of something that happened in the past, it still hurts. That's emotional, out of alignment. Your emotional body is fragmented into all of these timelines that you've left your emotion there. And that hurt, right, is the emotion that you left there. Sprinkle that green fluorescent light from your heart over those areas. And just in consciousness, you ain't got to, you told us, we know you're telepathic now. So you ain't got to say shit. Just think everything is fine. Everything is complete. You no longer serve me anymore. And delete that motherfucking timeline and take back that emotional energy sprinkled from your heart space. You got to go get that energy and delete that timeline by simply thinking you no longer serve me anymore. Take your emotional energy back and keep moving inward. And if I was you, I would take that moment that you just shared with us today, how you traveling in the non-physical, you seem like you going on forever. Can you pull that back up? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
All right. That should be bookmark that. And I'm using computer language now with you. So you bookmark that in your consciousness. So when you start to shoot out, or when you yawn, when your body lets you know, I'm getting tired, start thinking of that. Start thinking that's your portal, man. You took a picture of that. That's your portal to the non-physical. That's your portal to the void. You could start from there. And right when you're traveling, you don't have to keep traveling forever and ever and ever. You're traveling because you ain't thinking of shit. You're not focusing on anything. You don't have no intent. So you just traveling in a non-physical space, waiting on something to happen. Visualize something. What do you want? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to do? And this takes time. It takes time because we've been getting mind fucked with all this technology for so long. Either we want pussy, dick, or money here. I mean, it's sad, bro, but I'm just telling the truth. It's so dumbed down here. That's why I don't fuck around here that much. What's on the internet? How to make money, how to fuck, and how to do. That's all that's on the internet. I'm tired of that, man. You know how long I've been pulling on my dick? I'm 48. I'm tired of that. How do I get away from that? In my mind. The most powerful asset I got. I can go all over this universe in my mind. I could be the most beautiful, fluorescent, transparent being. You get what I'm saying? And once it's in your mind, it's going to come through this physical body. This physical body is a puppet. This physical body is a fucking groupie. What's ever serving the physical body at any present moment awareness, the body's, hey, I'm with it. Come on. Hey, give me another shot. You get it? Let me hit that. Hey, the body gonna follow. But you gotta connect with that higher self. What's sending the signal to this body. That's what you want to connect to. You want to become one with yourself. See, you think you one with yourself, but shit, you in a meat pack that's being guided by a hallucinal. They call it an ego, an illusion, like a reflect. And the closest thing I can tell you, bro, go look in the mirror for an hour. Now, don't do this shit if you still struggle with fear.
No.
I'm telling you, and anybody that's on this live stream right now, I know you guys are listening. This raw uncut. We just doing this live. Do not fucking go look in a mirror for an hour if you still struggle with fear. Okay? Because the mirror it represents, in my case, when I told you to, let me backtrack. Oh, the reflection of your ego. The illusion of who you are. We was talking about who you really are. Dude, I can't tell you who the fuck I really am because I keep finding out I'm infinite. You get what I'm trying to tell you? I'm infinite. I could be any fucking thing at any different moment. The only thing that's fucking us all up right now is the illusion of time. Because you can't cram all of yourself in time. It's impossible. So what is this program doing to us? It's giving us days, then weeks, then months, then years. It's stretching. It's like it's painting a portrait. You are everything already. So this artificial intelligence that we're going into is just stretching everything out and it's dumbing you down to the point where you're 21 right now, but shit, your mom's still reading you bedtime stories. That's like how far behind this technology has us. It has us dumbed down. It's so basic. That's why so many people are getting high right now. It's fucking boring what we're doing in this illusion of time. We fucking get up every goddamn day. Hopefully we get out of bed, go to the bathroom, wash our fucking bodies, get in the fucking car, grab the cell phone, check our social media, go to work for 12 hours, get off. Now we only got 8 hours. It's only 24 hours in a day, right? So we got 16 hours left. We get back on Facebook. We watch TV. We pick up the kids. We go home. We fuck the wife or we fuck our husband and we do that shit again. Every goddamn day. And that's life? No, that's a slave variation of what you perceive as the life. That's one fucking timeline that we've been stuck on. And now I'm telling you guys and girls who are listening to this live stream, and there won't be a lot of these, because I have no will and desire to sit in front of this goddamn computer and pretend like I'm talking to a bunch of people. I would much rather join you guys in the non-physical realms where one of you, and I'm waiting on it, one of you, several of you, I won't say, well, one of you connected with me today and told me to do this live stream. So I know it's possible. You were there. And anybody could be there. Anybody. But you have to make choices on what's important to you. If making money is important to you, then it's going to be important. If doing drugs is important, it's going to be the most important thing to you. If raising your kids and them getting a good education, that's what you are, a open, walking, talking, creating by your thoughts and what you feel and what you are a creation. You are a god or a goddess. If you still have a organic soul or organic universal seed inside of you, you have the ability to create infinitely by what you say and what you think. So you are constantly creating these realities. It's just some of us are, we're on different timelines. We have different things that we will and desire, and it's okay. It's okay, my friend. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. If right now your will and desire is crystal meth, trust me, you're going to get through that. Even if you have to go to a different timeline to heal. There's more than one timeline. You never die. I might not see you in this sleeve again, but I can feel you. I've never seen this kid on the phone in my life, but I guarantee you, I know how he feel now. I know how you feel. So you might show up as something else. I'll never forget how you feel because I can store this. I even have one of your portals right now that I've just tapped into. The little tunnel that you go into to get to the non-physical. I like that. I kept it. You gave it to me as a gift. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being brave enough to join me here today. You got great energy. And stop denying yourself. Experience it. If you don't like it, get rid of it. But if it still serves you, and you'll know, trust me. I'm not talking about lust. I'm not talking about abusive shit, right? But you'll know when something still serves you. You'll know. When I was going through my masturbation period, which was brutal. I mean, man, mine was brutal. And I love to talk about it because if I wasn't masturbating like that, I would have never known how important the sexual energy is as far as astral travel. Okay? But until you get there, I can talk about this all day, but until you experience it, it don't even matter. It's just a fucking another prison story, right? But I remember when I told this story before. When I used to masturbate, I used to do it because at that time when I was abusing masturbation, I wasn't conscious that I could have an outer body experience because I had listened to so many motherfuckers paint this picture of what the astral realm was and what the Akashic records. I had all these fucking pictures, like they give us pictures of Santa Claus and Jesus Christ, and man, how it go, right? So we build up all these expectations of what these realms are, and we fucking already in them, but we don't even know we in them. So I used to abuse my sexual energy because I felt like that was the only time I felt free. I'm just honest with I would feel so free. It's like when you have an orgasm, you are having an outer body experience. It's just real premature because at the impact of the orgasm, you are focused on one thing and one thing only. That's like, I mean, if you could use masturbation, like if you feel like if you could use masturbation in a productive way, as far as just focusing on the impact of the orgasm, it's a miniature astral projection. That's what it is. Because at that point of the orgasm, your consciousness is turning away from the physical body. And the only thing you are focusing on is the impact or the feeling of the orgasm. And you are projected out of your body. When I say your consciousness, and you shoot to the fucking stars for 2 or 3 seconds. And guess what happens after that, my friend? You come back. What? You come back to the fucking physical body. And you realize you here. And it's over. Boom. I'm telling you guys and girls that will be listening to this, that same premature feeling that you get from the orgasm, when you learn how to harness the power of your sexual energy, you can stay in that frequency for as long as you can consciously hold it. You can bliss for hours. The same feeling. You know how it feels. You got to learn you got to develop your focus, and you got to remember that feeling, and you can piggyback your sexual energy right up into the point of the orgasm. and just let it rise and just let it go back down. But don't spill the seed, because you need that life force energy. You need that to astral travel. You need that sexual energy to visualize. You need that sexual energy to create your non-physical residence. You see, right now you're working on your non-physical exit technique. That's that tunnel you've seen. You see, that's your exit.
I see.
Right now, what's going to happen? You're going to start exiting using that same technique that you use. And when you're exiting, when you'll reckon you're going to see that shit tonight or whenever you take your nap, because it's in your subconscious right now. You focusing on it. We talking about it. You got emotional about it. You got aroused from it. Like, oh shit, yeah, that's it, right? So now when you get back to that space, and you'll remember, right? All you have to do when you get in that tunnel, right? Go to the void. And don't be afraid of the void. Just go to the void. You can simply say, I am void, meaning you're nothing. And you'll get the illusion of darkness. It's just an illusion, because there's nothing in that tunnel. And learn just to start from the void. And once you get to that nothingness, you will realize that you are consciousness. That's when your motherfucking, excuse my language, because I get real emotional about this, because this really saved me. Seriously. That's when your motherfucking ego is just ripped away from you. And you realize that you're consciousness, because you're sitting in a fucking void with nothing but your awareness. You are aware that you're there, but there's nothing physical. I am. And say what you are after that point, and it shall be what you say. And that's when the fucking game begins. That's when the game begins, my friend. That's when they put a helmet on you and some shoulder pads and say, all right, spiritual warrior, it's time to fucking play. That's when Bubba will come get you. I miss my buddy Bubba. That's when Bubba will come play with you. That's when the game begins, buddy. That's when the game begins. So yeah, you create.
I mean, I've been visualizing, like, for me personally, I want to design my own house and like build it with a studio in it, because I make music like you, so it's like,
oh really,
pretty
man?
Cool.
Maybe that's why we so connected. Because I mean, dude, hey man, and so one thing you got to learn, I'm gonna give you something right now, because man, your energy was wide open, bro. You got to learn, like when you're hit, because you're learning. You're here, dude. You can hit the non-physicals. I can feel you. You can hit it, but you got to protect your energy. You have to create this for yourself. Before I hit the non-physical, I always claim my energy. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. The simplest way that I learned how to do it is, first, remember I told you, you got to know who you are. Because when I say that, people still don't get it. But you got to know who you are. Okay? And once you identify that, claim that shit, nobody can take your energy from you. That's your sovereign universal right, bro. All right? So, like me, I'm fucking like an energy bill collector. I'm going around collecting my motherfucking energy from a lot of beings that has stolen my shit. Seriously, bro, this shit is deep, man. Every time you bust a nut on the physical plane, you're creating in the non-physical plane. Your energy is going out. And you got these beings that's just eating your shit up. You've been feeding different beings. Yeah, bro, this shit is deep. You got to go get your shit back.
Some of these girls are like, they love it.
Yeah.
They really provoke it.
Oh, yeah. That's the most, I mean, if you really want to go deep, when you type in porn, it's always the visual of the orgasm. That's like the trigger, because these beings, and I'm not even talking about you went physical. I'm talking about non-physical, bro. If you saw the fucking billions of non-physical beings that was eating your orgasm, your non-physical, your life force energy is not physical. I get what you're saying, but your life force energy is not physical. That physical DNA shit that you feel, that sticky shit, that's what's supposed to be in the womb after the spark. That's your fucking DNA of your physical replica of you. So the sperm and the semen, these are the words that they give us, that's supposed to blow up inside of the womb at that spark from that friction, from having the intercourse, right? When that boom goes, when you come, that boom, that blow up, that's when that DNA unites and supposed to, that womb is where the creation, that's the void. I hope it's dark in your woman's womb. And that's where the creation process begins. And that's when a replica of you, your DNA mixes with the DNA of the divine feminine. And that's where the creation process goes without our fucking help, right? I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the beings that's just outside of this space that I've been telling you guys about, right? Because they don't have a physical body. They've been stuck in these realms because they're outside of the illusion of time. So I'm not going to waste my time and make up some fucking number to you guys to tell you how long they've been out there, but they've been out there for infinity. And when you excrete your life force energy physically through lust, they eat it. It's a food source for them. I saw this when my third eye just began. That was my first, I guess, detailed visualization of non-physical beings. And it was the incubus and succubus around me, eating my life force energy, arousing me to have the orgasm, not making me. What I mean by arousing is certain triggers that they can, you have to do everything, but these entities can thought provoke you through telepathy, what you're learning how to use. Have you ever just been chilling around Soul Group? You guys that's joining us live, you could be in your car, right? And this usually happens when you got, they say the idle mind is the devil's workshop, right? So you could be riding in your car, or you could be in between some type of task, and a thought would just, and it's not yours. You were just thinking about something else, and a thought will just come out of nowhere, and it's strong, a strong, provoking thought. Has anybody ever experienced that? Sure, you have. A lot of times. Now, some of the times, it could be from your subconscious and things that you enjoy doing. But a lot of times, it's from the influence of non-physical beings that feed off of your life force energy. I've experienced that. This is not something that I'm just telling you. I've seen these incubus and succubus eating up, and it was horrifying to see that, because they were actually eating me. And you won't understand what I mean until you know exactly who you are. They were eating my life force energy, which in retrospect is me. They were destroying me non-physically. And that was enough for me, to stop beating my meat like that. Stop spilling my seed like that. Because it was funny, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be like lustful. I just like to give you guys raw, uncut stuff. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. But for some, and I don't want to don't take this the wrong way. I'm just trying to, somebody gonna get something from this. Okay. So I don't know why. Okay. I ain't gonna go there. That's too deep for y'all. But I promise on another live stream, I'll go there, because these beings, they can't steal your life force energy when you are in agreement with a divine feminine being, and the semen is ejaculated into the womb. Okay. And you guys can test me on, I can't, for the life of me, I can't figure this out. And I'm one of them guys, I wanted to know why. But, right, if you do it in the anal area, they can still steal it. So go figure. Go now. Just I don't know why, and I know I ain't the only person that know this. A lot of people are, have experience, experience with their sexual energy, and for some reason, if it's a womb, these entities do not go around the divine feminine womb. I don't know why. I'm not gonna even sit up here and lie, but if you shooting your seed in the other areas through the third hole, man, they run up in that motherfucker like a crack house raid. Same thing. So I just don't know. You know what I mean? So it's levels to this, but you should be piggybacking your sexual energy, especially when you young. When you in your 20s, your life force energy is very, very, very strong, like in this incarnation. So you can use some of these things as triggers, man, and they'll take you right to the non-physical realm. You could just use that's like jet fuel, man. As soon as you get that trigger that you want to masturbate, just hold that trigger at the thought, visualize yourself masturbating. It's all mental, man. Once you figure out what I'm saying, the mental, once you master your non-physical mentalism being that you are, every sex is mental. You think about this hot chick, right? Follow me, young souls. You think about this hot chick or you think about this hot guy, right? And just from thinking about him, you get erected. That's the start of all creation, starts from thought. Every act that you do, it starts from thought. The problem is we haven't been taught on how to focus on each individual thought. That's how powerful we are. So you know what I'm telling you is true. You can think about, I'll just use probably better. You can think about Kim Kardashian and some of her news and you'll get aroused because it's all mental. And then you can get around Kim Kardashian, right? And her breath stink and it'll just turn you all the way off. Won't it, my friend? It happens all the time. You paint this picture of somebody, right, in your mind. And then when you meet them, you're let down. Why? Because your mind, your mental capacity is 1,000,000 times stronger than what you perceive as physical. Most of the time we let down when we meet somebody in person. But if you paint the picture, you say this to yourself a lot, like, holy shit, I thought you would look different. And then the person be, well, why would you say? I don't know. I just imagine you different than how you look. We be being nice. We don't want to say, oh, you's an ugly mother. We don't want to say that. But your imagination is the most powerful tool you have. It's from where all creation comes from. Yeah, man. So the rabbit hole is deep. There's no right or wrong. It's levels to that. And I understand that. I'm not naive at all, ladies and gentlemen. When I say there's no right or wrong, of course, I'm not going to, be out here killing folks and blowing people's brains. Yeah, I love order. I like order. I like structure. But there's been an abuse of the structure in this dimension, just outside of the 5th and 6th dimension, where a lot of you call planet Earth, the sphere of Earth. Right? There's been an abuse of power here. We've been told what's good, bad, right, and wrong here. You know what I'm saying? Our free will has been stripped away from us here. Not physically and forcefully. We've been manipulated through technology and gadgets and monetary systems. Right? So we have to continue to explore, continue to experience, continue to monitor our own thoughts first, continue to fall back in love with our first love, which is ourselves. I mean, some of you have gave it to outer beings. You've given this first love to outer beings that people have created and passed down to you. I mean, we can go on and on and on, but you got to fall back in love with yourself. You have to. I'm not telling you what to do. You have to. I had to fall back in love with myself. I had to take some time to learn who I am and what I am and how the fuck did I get here? And why is all of this at the time? Why is all of this fuck shit happening to me? But it wasn't fuck shit. My old perspective of who I was had to dissolve right in front of my fucking eyes, or what I perceived as my eyes. It had to come to an end in order for me to have this new perspective of who I am. Now, why am I saying that? And why is it so important to let everything that you ever thought you were to dissolve and burn up and blow up right in front of your consciousness? Because if you don't, you'll have infinite timelines that you've created with a lot of your old emotions. Just like this kid just told you today, you will have infinite timelines of your consciousness stretched across them of who you perceive yourself as. So if they no longer serve you anymore, let them burn. Let them destroy. Let them go. Does it hurt? It's not easy. I'm going to say that. And I'm not going to say trust me, because you have no reason to trust me. But from my experiences, oh my God, I would burn them motherfuckers up 1,000 more times if I knew then what I know now. Yeah, the first time it was very painful to watch something that I worked for from my perspective of life at that time, right? Which I thought we lived at 65 years old and we retire, we get the cheap watch. Hey, I mean some millions. I fly on jets. You know the life that they project to us here. Get money, fuck bitches. The women, hey, get you a guy with some money. Get pregnant, have a baby bomb, and you set. Come on, y'all. It gotta be more than that. We watching these so-called stars self-destruct right in front of us. Look what Kanye West is going through right now. That brother ain't crazy. He just multi-dimensional right now, and he got the whole motherfucking planet looking at him. Try that. I got a live stream now of 25 people on here right now, right? Imagine having 6 billion souls looking at you. And half of them think you fucking crazy because you multi-dimensional and you pulling shit from the non-physical. And you trying to talk to Donald fucking Trump, who's smiling at you with his hands crossed. And in Donald Trump's mind, he like, what the fuck is Kanye West talking about? But I got to keep smiling. Yeah, imagine that. And all the brother saying is, hey, we got to learn how to love. That's all he's saying. We got to learn how to love if we want to heal the planet. He telling the fucking truth. It's just people can't get over. No, motherfucker, Kanye, you the same one that snatched that mic from that white girl. No, Kanye, you the same motherfucker that said George Bush don't like black people. You see how people attach emotion to different timelines and they can't let go. He telling the truth. He had to humble himself to do that. Don't think what Kanye West is doing is easy, y'all. I'm telling you. And I'm not a big Kanye West fan. I am now, though. I'm a Kanye West fan, not of his music, because he's willing to forsake everything. What do I mean by everything? Everything is fucking thought. He don't give a fuck what you think anymore. He's not going to let you bully him with his thoughts. So what is he doing? He's fucking playing with the whole world. He's playing the game. He's growing. You're watching the man ascend right before he don't give a fuck what we think about him. He doing what he feels is right in present moment awareness. And it seems crazy. I know it does. But that's what he's doing. It's a game. It's a game, people. Nothing is as serious as we make it here. It's not. You're infinite. And trust me. Somebody asked me before, Derek, how do you know when you die, you won't even know you're dead? Now, remember, one thing I can tell you guys about me in this time space that I've created an illusion of time where I'm reflecting here. I'm only going to tell you about my experiences. If I don't know, I don't have a problem saying I don't know. In 2009, and I might have did a live stream on this, because a lot of things I didn't even remember. I was waking up when I first started doing these live streams. I was gun-ho, I was very naive, and all I know is I had a spark burning from my heart. And I know I was learning how to love. I was attaching to this love vibration that was brand new to me. I started with the vibration of love. That's when my awakening, when I started waking up, it started in my heart space. And it was just a little spark. And it was making me feel a way. I felt alive. I felt my purpose. Are you guys understanding me? I didn't know how I was going to fucking do it. I know a lot of times I was probably talking out of my ass, but my intent was always to raise the level of consciousness one soul at a time. And let me just solve this riddle on this live stream, because I don't even know when I'll see you guys again. Do you guys know who that one soul was? Anybody type in the chat if you think you know who was the one soul at a time that I was talking about. I would always say that if I went back and looked at all of the I'm Conscious Now What videos that we did, and we did a fantastic collective conscious gathering. Who was the one soul I was talking about? Oh, my man, you still on the phone? Hello, caller, you still on?
Still here.
Man, you gonna do. I'm sorry, I'm just running off at the mouth. But look, man, you want to say anything else?
I did have one thought, like, because I stopped, I feel like when I got sick this past like 2 weeks, it was like something died inside me and just had to get out of me.
You broke up right at the end of that. You said just say that whole bottom part, the last part that you were saying. Say that again. I was kind of looking at the chat, so I wasn't really focused on what you were saying.
Personally, because I stopped all this like sexual energy, like I got sick this past like 2 weeks ago because like I stopped and that's something died in me. I had to just get out.
Okay, you breaking up. I couldn't pick up on that transition. But hey, my brother, peace and love I sing your way in this day, present moment awareness. I thank you for the hour and 10 minutes that you shared with me, and I thank you for allowing me into your energy. But before I let you go, I want to close off that little portal that you opened up on this live stream. So if you will allow me, I will assist you in closing off that energy for you, because you don't want to leave that wide open, brother. Trust me. We on artificial intelligence, and there's a lot of beings around me right now of which I cannot identify their intent. All right. So what you want to do is you want to close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, so you can lose your focus on what we're talking about. Deep inhales. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my energy back. I'm going to detach from you right now. So you might feel a little weird because I'm taking back all of my energy from you, not in a vindictive or hateful or selfish way. It's my sovereign right to retain all of the energy that I put out. So I'm bringing that back to me right now. All right. So now I am just creating with my own energy a little vortex around my perception of my being. And it's all around me now. So my energy cannot be stolen without my consent. Okay. And I advise you to do the same. Just visualize your perception of your energy in the non-physical, whatever it may be. It could be an Easter egg. It doesn't matter. That's all folly. Visualize what you perceive as you and use your energy and just place a small energetic field around you. Let me know when you got it. Because I might even lose you. Because I'm getting so much interference on your end right now. And I knew this shit could possibly happen from all of the beings that were around me. Can you hear me? My friend, can you hear me? So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see live how beings, the danger of like these live streams, right? Because there's beings all around me right now in the non-physical, and they're infatuated with this technology shit. They use it as portals to infiltrate, to get into your energy field and manipulate your energy. All right. So I lost my friend before I could do that with him. So my friend, peace and love to you. It's a part of the journey. And you know, that shit used to happen every live. And this is before. Look, I got to look at you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. But every time I used to do an I'm conscious now what live stream for a whole, we did that for a whole, at least a straight 9 months every Wednesday and Sunday. I didn't know that at the time. So can you imagine how much shit was attaching to me? Every live stream from those broadcasts going out to all of those call-ins, and we had all kind of beings. You know how much shit I had on me at one time? And people ask now, it's funny, they be, where you been? Man, I've been the fuck away from this. We got a whole universe out here. Mental. This shit, man. This stimulates your brain. This stimulates the dopamines in your brain. When you get a bleep, a text message or something, it's in your brain. What I'm trying to project to you is what's inside of your consciousness. It's a big difference than your brain, your ego, and this shit here, and your consciousness. The battle is for your consciousness. They want to put your consciousness inside of this shit. Right now, my consciousness is powering this live stream. So where am I now? I'm on a fucking live stream. I'm focused now. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? So all of my conscious, not all of it, I'm still, but a lot of it, I'm right here. But where am I? I'm in a fucking room by myself, physical, right? But in the illusion, I have 21 people with me. All right, so I'm gonna close it out. So I asked this question before. So do you guys know? Because when I first started this live stream, I used to always say, what we're doing, we're raising the level of consciousness one soul at a time. Did anybody know who was that one soul I was talking about? Because at the time when I was saying that, I didn't even know. I know now. So I'm live in the chat right now. I'm looking at the chat. Does anybody know who I was talking about? Let's see. Marcus Jackson, my man. Marcus Jackson got it. Okay. Chris got it. Yep. All right. I was talking about myself. You see how that shit works? But because we're collective consciousness, didn't some of you feel like it was you though? Yep, crafting edge. Didn't some of you guys, in retrospect, I was talking to myself, but didn't some of you guys feel like you were raising your consciousness starting with you? Right. Hell yeah. Marcus say, yup. Did. Yup. Yup. Oh, damn. 734-230. I was going to put the call in there. I'll do this because I ain't been on here in so long. And I'm really feeling this space we created today. It's not bad, but I can feel all of these frequencies around me. And then right when I was about to get off the call with that young kid, I felt all of those beings moving in. And sometimes it might sound selfish, but trust me, I wasn't leaving my energy in that shit. It's not good. And but the kid, he can hit the non-physicals. He's waking up. He got the ability to get there. He just has to claim his soul. He has to learn how to claim his energy and stop living for the illusion of what somebody else. People don't even know what they're thinking half of the time. So why would you put so much emphasis on what somebody might perceive you to be? Why would you live a life that's already illusionary, right? Why would you live that life on top of it already being illusionary, what some of us think is the life, right? Why would you give a fuck what somebody else thinks about it? And they ain't even figured their shit out yet. Think about that for a minute. You have to live for you first. You have to find some kind of grounding with, they call it your higher self, your non-physical, whatever you want to call it. Don't put so much emphasis on it, because none of us knows what it is. We just get little flashes of it. And I'm just keeping it 100. Don't nobody know shit. Trust me when I tell you that. Some might ask me, what the fuck are you talking about, Derek? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what it is. I'm just telling you what I've experienced. I know it's a bunch of, when I wake up in the morning, what excites me is this new extension of the life that I found, the escape. I can get out. And it's the most precious gift that I have. I can get out of this prison frequency. I can come in and out, just like some of the powers that be can. Just like a lot of children can come in and out of this illusion. Children aren't stuck in this illusion, this prison illusion, this timeline that we've been incarnating on over and over. They don't get stuck here until they start listening to their fucking parents, us. It's sad, ladies and gentlemen. It's sad. When I was a young child, man, I was all over the astral realms. I was waking up in my dreams, and as soon as they started shitting on my dreams and my little non-physical friends I used to have, some of you guys had them too. I'm not the only one, right? We cut them off. It wasn't cool to dream no more. And then we found ourselves being locked up and we were told what to think. Forced to go to school, forced to a lot of stuff, So let me see. Yep, me. I put the phone number in there again. No, I didn't. I got to hit enter. Okay, so if you want to call in before I go, because I'm at the 2-hour mark, I don't know when I'll be back. I'm not going to make any promises. Somebody visited me in the astral realms and they told me to show up here. So here I am, because it blew me away, because for that particular being to be that focus on this space that we created back here, and they all the way in the astral realms, where you got to trust me, you got to be real focused to do that, to get to the non-physical realms and remember a live stream that you did back on this illusionary planet that they call Earth. Trust me. So I had to come here because somebody visited me and they know who they are. And if they want to call in, they can call in and kick it with me, because I'm here. I kept my half. I came back. The line is open. I'm looking at the chat. I have nothing else. I just I feel good. I love the new me. I trust the new me. The new me doesn't fit everywhere anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a rude being, but I just don't care about a lot of shit that I used to care about. I just don't. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was just so. And when most people are upset, you really have to think about this. When most people get upset, they're upset because of how they think someone is projecting the illusionary perspective of them. That's what pisses people off. When someone perceives them to be a certain way that they're not. And let me be the first one to tell you again, why do you give two flying fucks? They can't even control their own thoughts. They don't even know who they are in most cases. They're like an asshole with diarrhea. It's just shit squirting out. It's messy. Why do you care? Why? Why does that rob you of your bliss? Why do you spend a whole lifetime? And what I'm saying to you guys on the microphone right now is what I used to, when I was in those dark rooms by myself, I wasn't losing my mind. I was losing the mental bullshit and clutter. I was sorting things out. I was sorting my thoughts out because I would get these repetitive thoughts. And you have to deal with them. You have to get all of that out of the way to find this portal of peace. Let's call it that. I like that. The portal of peace. That's the portal that the young man had found that just kept going and going and going. That's that road to freedom. It's a portal. It's when you start to lose the grip, the mental grip of I'm Derek Dunlap on planet Earth. You ain't even thinking about that. And as soon as you start to lose that grasp of thought, where you're not even conscious of your thoughts anymore, it's that space right before you go to sleep, in that space right before you wake up from sleep. It's a very precise place portal where you can always get away. You're never trapped. It's just specifically placed there by a very, very conscious, intelligent, sovereign love being right before you get ready to go. And you can always, I'll give you this trigger again. I know I ain't been on here in a long time. For those of you who want to know how to get away 4 or 5 times a day, right? It's when you yawn. That should be a trigger for everybody on this live stream. When you yawn, that's your non-physical travel experience. That's your tea time. That's your flight time. That's your astral flight time. That's your lucid dream time. Every time you yawn. And when you become focused of that, you probably yawn about 4 or 5 times a day. And you want to put yourself in a position that you can capitalize on that yawn. And anything standing in the way of you capitalizing on taking advantage of, what do I mean by taking it? You want to be able to go sit your behind down somewhere and get away every time you yawn in the beginning. Because once you get good at this, I could do it anywhere I am. I can do it with I'm stretching it a little bit, but I probably wouldn't want to try it. But, you know, it could be a pit bull on a leash standing here trying to bite me and I could focus enough. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you guys know what I mean. And I move individuals out of my life that prevented me from doing that. Okay. And guess what? Blood don't mean shit in the astral realms. Blood is in this meat pack. your cellular similarities to me that create the meat pack, the physical body, right? It don't mean shit in these different realms. Because you will soon find out when you hit the non-physical, all physical, dissolves. It just dissolves. I don't try to figure out how. I've never been one of those type of people of how shit happens. I just accept how it happens. Your mama dissolves, your daddy dissolves, your grandma dissolves. When you sitting in that void, guess what? Guess who gonna be in that void with you? I am. All this shit is folly. I'm just telling you what I experienced. And with so many others, you don't have to sell us on this no more. The people who really, about that life, I'm about that life. I take it very seriously. And you can call me what you want. I'm going to get my rest. So many people say you can sleep when you die. Really? Tell me when you die. I'm waiting. Tell me when you die. I'm waiting. Listen to me, and I'm going to let you guys go. Listen to me, please. I ask. I'm humble. I got to humble myself. I'm going to humble myself. Come on down, Derek. Give me a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I felt some arrogance trying to come in. So humbly, very humbly, I ask you, soul group, whoever watches this video, I ask you to sleep as much as you can. It's your only escape from this prison illusion of what y'all call Earth. The only rest you'll have here is when you sleep. Because as soon as you become conscious that you're here, there's work to be done. Oh, trust me when I tell you that. So many people say you can sleep when you die. You keep believing that shit if you want to. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. And when you experience it, you'll understand what I'm saying. This is probably the deepest shit I've ever said, but so simple. You're never going to fucking die. Sleep now while you can. Ball in y'all court. Now figure that one out. Figure that one out. And I'm not going to touch on it too hard because I don't want these non-physical entities fucking with me. So I can only say so much on their shit. Sleep now. Trust me. While you can. Peace and love, soul group.